Keep connected with your heart. Become the best friend of your own heart. Sit in it. The more you sit in it, the more you can vibrate the light from it to the outer, to your outer reality. This is the most important thing for the humanoid species to do. I do know this message sounds so simple. Shall we do more? No, my dear friend, you truly do not have to do more.
So, hello everybody. We have today Tessa here. Tessa is a great channel and channeling Jeshua.
Yes.
Welcome, Tessa. Beautiful to have you. And we've been doing many channeling sessions. So Tessa has been doing many channeling sessions for you. Besides that, she's also training my channeling capabilities, which is always wonderful. And she mostly works with Jeshua. How did you get to meet Jeshua?
Yeah, that's quite some time ago, because at the time I started channeling, I first got to know my own guide. Her name is Lee, but she is more of an overviewing guide who is contacting me with others. And at some point, Jeshua just came in. I always recognize different guides by the way they come in. So they mostly make movements with the hands. And for Jeshua, it's always this one. So he comes always in like this. And I noticed there was someone different coming in, and then he started speaking through me, and he announced himself as Jeshua.
Beautiful. So you want to give it a try, see if he's here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can invite him in.
Yeah, while you bring him in, there's so many things happening right now, not only in inner earth, I think. And we wanted to hear Jeshua's take on what he perceives is happening currently in inner earth.
Welcome, my dear friends, my dearest friends, my dearest friends. My name is Jeshua again, and I'm very delighted for speaking to all of you today. I must say, for now, I invite myself as a friend, but I also must say my dear one over here is a very long loved one in different dimensions, so to say. As I may speak again, I am indeed very delighted that I may speak here today about the most important topics at the moment happening on planet Earth. Not only on planet Earth, of course, also in inner Earth, but I also must say in the universes there is many rumor, so to say, in a good way. Might I ask you, which is the first topic you wish to speak about?
Yeah, we've heard from changes happening in inner earth, and I'm sure that's connected to the broader development on earth and in the outer spheres. So we are curious to hear what's happening right now.
My dear one, as you have already noticed, and you might even have sensed, inner earth is ascending for some time already. These processes take many times, and you should see it as many particles moving in a direction and making connection with each other in a different way. They are kind of harmonizing, I could say. This process has already been going on for many years in Earth time, so to speak. But at some point, the energies, the harmonizing energies get to a certain level that whole tribes are moving up, so to say. I even want to say immediately moving up is also a humanized concept, so to say, moving up, moving up, moving up from what and to where. I might more would like to explain it as a different field, a different field, a different field. Like the most of you already know, everything is just energy. Everything is just energy, which is transforming into a different form, a different state, a different magnetizing particle, so to say. And from all these particles, fields start to arise. This is exactly what is happening in inner Earth, but also on outer Earth and in the universes. But for today, I also would like to mention immediately we will only talk about in this universe where the both of you are residing at this time. As I said before, inner Earth is ascending, and most of the parts have already reached to a different form. It is a form where there is more light, where there is more harmonizing with each other. There is still polarity in there. There is still some form of polarity in there, but that polarity is not really the same as what you still are experiencing on the crust at this moment. But these polarities are from a very tiny, tiny, tiny way, a very tiny way, a different way. They are connecting in a different way. The harmonizing, I would like to speak more about this harmonizing in inner Earth, because it is exactly what is also happening on the outer crust. It is all about harmonizing these different fields, I would say. These different fields are harmonizing in a different way. And this harmonizing process has already been starting for quite a long time ago. As you have already seen or felt before, there are many light workers, as you call them, on the crust that are carrying fields in their bodies. The field that this beloved one is already carrying is definitely not the first. There have been much more light workers that have been carrying fields before, many of them tiny, unknown. Some of them were very aware about it, but it has not been spreading all over your crust yet. These times will come to the bigger picture, so to say. And these fields are helping all of the species residing now on the crust to harmonize these polarities. It is all about harmonizing these polarities. And from this harmonizing polarities, there is a new spark, so to say, a new transformed way of energy, I must say, where this whole polarity, where this whole duality game, as you already know it, will start to fade. At some point, it will fade. There is no more duality in a sense of the way it is now known on the crust. And on inner Earth, this process is a bit ahead of what is happening in the crust. And in the same way, different species in this universe are also harmonizing these polarities, but in a different way. This has nothing to do with just masculine and just feminine. These battles is not really the correct way, but they are interacting in different ways than you are doing at this time on the crust. My dear friend, have I answered your question about what is happening on inner earth, or would you like to have more specific explanations?
Thank you so much, dear Jeshua. Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. And of course, we hope all it will come also to the crust at some point in time. And the question I get asked the most, when will we have a shift also on the crust? Because here we currently see governments are trying to tell us there's another round of a virus coming and we have to get vaccinated again. So we are actually still on the crust on full swing in duality. So when do you think we will see that unification of the fields on the crust?
My dearest, my dearest, my dearest, I must say it is impossible for me to give you a time frame. To give you a time frame. We here do not really work by time frames, as everything is an instance and everything is always. So to say, I will try to give you a time frame from a human perspective, but I also must say directly, do not cling onto it. Yes, indeed, there are still waves of, I must say, the dark, but it is not really a correct description, because you also already know that they all have a purpose. They all have their purpose. But to speak in some humanoid time frames, we could say that in the coming few months, till the coming few 2, 3, even maybe 4 years, the changes that you have already noticed will accelerate. And the more these changes accelerate, the more you will see the changes for the people on the crust. The more they will transform their being to a lighter state, to a less dense state. So when there will be a big change, I cannot say, I cannot guarantee. There are so many things that influence these processes that it is just not possible to give you a straight answer. But in the coming few months, until 1, 2, 3, 4 years, there will be a definite and a very remarkable acceleration of all the transformations happening at this time on the crust.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, everybody whom we talk to has hard time to give it a 3D time frame. I understand that. You spoke about fields, dear Jeshua. So we are not talking about children, because there's also many children, multidimensional children and 3D crystal children coming to Earth, but you're not referring to children. Is that correct?
No, my dear one, no, my dear one, no, my dear one. That is indeed correct. I am not referring to children. The concept, I must say, of a multidimensional child is definitely very different than that of a field. The carrying of a field is holding so incredibly much information. And that information is from a different kind than from a multidimensional child. Multidimensional childs often have very close ties, or are even part of the soul system that the carrier of this child is part of. With these fields, that is very different. For this child to be part of the soul system, of this energy system, so to say, it is also carrying precisely that information. So the bond it has with the mother or the father, I must say, let's call it the carrier, is very much different. There is a very close and intimate bond. There is a direct communication between the two, and there is also a direct way of influencing each other, I must say. They are both continuously influencing each other, their energetic fields, but the recognition is from a different point. Energy fields are way bigger, are part of the universe and carry many, 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 many information points. I might explain it a little bit like this. An energetic field has many points in their geometric form, so to say, and all these points are interconnected with each other, but are also communicating with other fields. So, especially for the carrier, the bond between the two is very different. There is not a sense of I have a child, I am carrying a child, because it is not of this kind. There is a continuous communication between the two, I must say. There is a communication between the field and the energetic, the etheric system of this carrier. And this communication is continuously about the differences between the matter and the differences between the not matter, or different matter, or particles vibrating in a different way might be the best explanation for now. They are interacting with each other in a very I might explain it at best, they are continuously switching information. So the field gets information from this 3D matter, and the 3D matter gets information from the field. And the field needs this information so that it comes from these upper dimensions through the matter into the matter, so to say, so that it does not only carry the information from these higher fields, but it also carries the information from the 3D matter. That is why it is so important that more and more people are starting to carrying these fields, because once this field is having birth, so to say, or it's getting more integrated into Earth, it starts doing its work. But for doing this work in the most appropriate way, this 3D matter information is very important. From there, it knows where to attach, it knows where to transform, it knows where it is to be, where it has to be. I also must say it is still a very difficult thing to explain in words. Once the third eye gets opened more and more, these fields will become visual. And sometimes, and particularly in this case, these visuals have so much information that is just not explainable in words.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, we will just experience through it. So I've heard that Tessa, and probably also with your support, is helping women and also men who want to carry such a field. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed, my friend. Yes, indeed, my friend. And I am so delighted you bring up this topic, because this is a very important task that we are now fulfilling. It is not only me, my friend, it is also the field of the divine feminine, which is carried or by my beloved one Magdalena, or by Mother Mary. This is not defined precisely. And it also depends on the carrier. Mostly, I must say, the field of a Mother Mary is carried alone, and the field of the divine masculine and the divine feminine are mostly carried together. There is especially a big task for certain big lights, I must say, in the universe. This darling one is one of them, but there are many others on the crust. And yes, indeed, it doesn't stick to only women. Men can also carry these fields, and these fields have a big transformational purpose also for the person who is carrying the fields. Everything that has not been transformed into light yet will be touched. And this touching can sometimes also create a tiny bit of chaos in the carrier, but that is okay. That is the gift, I must say. This chaos is the biggest gift of this field to the carrier, because from this chaos, the carrier gets to experience more and more this harmonizing in their own. So it is about harmonizing in the galaxies, but it is also about harmonizing in the person itself. But yes, indeed, it is not only the women, it is also the men. It truly doesn't matter. Everyone who feels the calling to carry such a field can invite if they wish. It is not just approachable for a few.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm carrier of such a field as well. And I can confirm that it steers up things in my dreams or in real life. And the field, in my case, she's called Aurora, is also has informed me about that this is happening. And I can really confirm that this is really cleaning up also in me. So it's wonderful. I can experience that. That's amazing. So yeah, and I also was helped by Tessa in the process. So I think everybody can volunteer for that. Do I understand that correctly, or is there a certain level of vibration required?
I understand your question, my dear friend, but you must also know this is been taken care of by the soul itself. Every soul knows immediately if they are capable of carrying such a field. Every soul will decide this for himself. Shall I say, everyone can carry such a field? Of course, yes, and also no. Yes, there is always the possibility, but shall I advise it to everyone? No, but my advice in this is not necessary, because every soul will feel by their own intuition whether they should carry such a field or not.
Thank you for your clear answer, dear Jeshua. It's beautiful. Do you have a final advice for us humans living in 3D on the crust? What can we do in these very special times?
First of all, I would like to repeat the message that everyone already knows. Keep connected with your heart. Become the best friend of your own heart. Sit in it. The more you sit in it, the more you can vibrate the light from it to the outer, to your outer reality. This is the most important thing for the humanoid species to do. I do know this message sounds so simple. Shall we do more? No, my dear friend, you truly do not have to do more. Of course, all the work done with all the beings, especially for the Arcturians, are having a very big task in these. It is all helping. Yes, it is all helping. But the most important thing for your species at this time, stay connected in the heart. And connecting this heart with the belly area and from there to earth is the most important thing. Because all the information coming from above, so to say, has always its travel through the heart. When not connected with the heart, all these informations cannot truly integrate in the person itself, but also not on earth. So the heart plays its crucial role on earth. And for that, the person needs to have this awareness of staying there, of being there, of loving there, loving from there, I must say. It is the most important thing. And from this point, people are able to connect with one and each other. They are able to communicate in fields, in energy fields, in vibration, and that is all that is necessary. And of course, from there, all the other processes in the person itself will start to arise, will start to accelerate. But this is all part of a bigger field, I must also say, but the center of this field is always the heart. Stay connected with it. From there, and especially with the connection with your belly area, you are always in tune with your higher purpose.
Thank you so much. Beautiful to talk to you. Thank you very much for sharing your wisdom. And yeah, maybe we can do another round one of these coming weeks. It's beautiful to hear from you. Thank you so much, dear Master Jeshua, and dear Tessa, of course.
You are so very welcome, my dear friend. Of course, there is always a possibility to speak with me more. And I would also advise, please start speaking with my darling one, Maria Magdalena. She has so much information still to spread for the people on the crust, and she would love to speak more and more. I greet you both for now, and we will probably see somewhere in the future.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it will be a pleasure to speak to Mary Magdalene. That's a really beautiful idea. Thank you, Tessa. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. It's always it's really nice to be able to speak to him, and I can always sense his love. And yeah, every being that you channel has a different frequency or a different recognition, also by the feeling, and it's very special to be able to feel this and to feel this amount of love that such fields beings can bring. Yeah,
that's totally true. And since a few months, we are offering these channeling courses in the Galactic Earth Peace Project. So if anybody feels drawn to it, connect with us, and we will invite you to the group. And currently we do that every other week. We help people if they want to develop their channeling capabilities, and that's always wonderful, be it light language, be it writing, be it speaking, like you are giving the message of Master Jeshua, or singing, or in any other form. It's always a joy to share this gift with others, because all of us can do that.
Yes, everyone is capable. Everyone is capable of doing that. But it's truly about opening your channel and working with the blockages that are still there. Yeah.
So thank you all for listening, for watching, and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.